Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Welcome everyone to this round 8 clash between Bentleigh Greens and Keilor Park here at Kingston Youth Soccer Complex. The starting lineups for both teams are as follows. Bentleigh Greens, number 1, Rick Stanley. Number 2, Felicity Georgopoulos. Number 3, Kate Bennett. Number 4, Christina Souza. Number 7, Paige Clemenson. Number 13, Belinda Strojewski. Number 14, Yuka Sato. Number 16, Angelique Hernandez. Number 17, Karina Tolios. Number 18, Georgia Gouliar.
Good evening from Kingston Heath, where Bentleigh Greens play host to Keilor Park. It's a battle of two sides ranked lower on the table so far in this Senol NPLW Victoria women's competition. Despite some early season struggles for both teams, it should be a cracking contest as they look to get their campaigns on the right path. The Greens have opened with 7 losses in a row. They have conceded a whopping 36 goals to start the campaign, the worst in the competition by far. But they showed some promising signs last round. They were competitive in the first half against Avondale and were down just 2-1 at half-time. Meanwhile, Keilor Park make the trip east in hope of searching for its second win of the season. Is star English forward Abby Holmes back tonight? We'll find out in just a second. But for Keilor, it's about finding some comfort in the NPL women's competition after earning promotion last season. Tonight's a golden opportunity as they come up against the winless Greens. But as we know, it's never easy winning away from home. So can home side Bentleigh Greens find something tonight and win to draw level on 3 points with Melbourne City above them? Or will Keilor rise above? My name is Max Hatzoglu. Alongside me for this one is football analyst Matthew Fazio. Matthew, how do you see this one unfolding?
Yeah, thanks for that, Max. It's certainly going to be an interesting game, as you said, both teams in desperate need of a win. Bentleigh obviously winless. However, hopefully that'll change tonight and we'll be in for one hell of a cracking of a game.
Yeah, certainly. And just to go through the lineups quickly, starting off with Bentleigh Greens, number 2, Felicity Georgopoulos, number 7, Paige Clemenson, number 13, Belinda Stojcevski, number 14, Yuka Sato, number 16, Angeliki Honduras, number 17, Katrina Tolios, number 18, Georgia Gugliani, and a couple of changes as well. Number 1 in goals tonight, Ruby Samild. Number 4, Christina Souza. Number 23, Sophie Cuba. And number 3, Kate Bennett. For Keilor Park, we got number 2, Kennedy Leedon. Number 3, Amelia Ingalls. Number 8, Tamsin Smith. Number 9, Margarita Lena. Number 12, Mia Power. Jessica Sheehan wearing the number 16. Summer Kopanichian, that's number 20. Number 21 in goals is Maggie Byrne. 28, Runa Commodori. And also Betty Michael, the number 7. And last but not least, number 24, Abby Holmes. Beautiful night here at Kingston Heath as we see play about to get underway. Should be a cracking contest. Referee Lucas Bonicia blows the whistle and we're underway. Let's see what's installed tonight. There's been a little bit of rain around today, so a bit of wet and dewy conditions out there. Isn't that right, Matthew?
Yeah, absolutely. Rained a little bit earlier, and from an analysis standpoint, it's probably movement of the ball is going to be most important because the ball's going to move hell of a lot quicker on the turf than in dry conditions. So should be interesting.
Yeah, certainly. As we'll keep an eye on that throughout the night. It might dry up, but for now it's a little bit wet and soggy out there. Nice control there from Power. Keilor Park and Bentleigh Greens, they've both had their struggles this season. We know that both teams are coming into this one off losses. So a really intense and important evening tonight as we see the Greens charging forward here, but the whistle is blown. It's the number 4 there for Bentleigh. Christina Souza giving away the foul, just holding the jumper. So it's raining as we speak. But wherever you're watching from, whether you're at home, I'm sure you're probably at home under the roof, nice and dry. Good to have your company tonight. I hope you're enjoying this one so far, and hopefully we get a cracking contest. This ball's played all the way back to Byrne. She had a great game last week against Essendon Royals. So did Amelia Inglis. Here she is playing it down to Power. And now it's the number 4 down the line. And for the first time tonight, we welcome Ruby Samild, who's come in for her game this week. She's one of the 4 changes in the Bentleigh Green starting lineup. They've come with a bit of a fresh side tonight, the Greens. 4 changes, as we just mentioned there, and they've had a couple of outs as well. So perhaps after 7 losses, Matthew, as we see the Greens come forward, we'll get back to that. It's on the far side at the moment. Ball gets played in centrally. It's up for grabs at the moment. Pretty open start to this one, hasn't it been, Matthew?
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams showing attacking intent, and looks like Keilor's about to have an opportunity at goal, so it's gone out for a corner. But yeah, so early signs from both teams. Yeah,
absolutely. It's been an open start to this game, but the 4 changes as well. After 7 losses, maybe they're just trying to change things up. Bentleigh Greens find a bit of spark, give some new opportunities. They struggled with a couple of crosses last week against Avondale. Let's see how they handle this one, Bentleigh. Amelia Inglis there in the box. That ball's nice and central. How do they defend these Bentleigh Greens? Ticks so far. A shot that flies wide. But the 4 changes, Matthew, what do you make of that for Bentleigh?
well, obviously this season hasn't gone to plan for Bentleigh, and those changes were needed or may have been needed, because what they were doing previous just wasn't working. And from a tactical standpoint, it's actually good, because if the opposition have done analysis on Bentleigh, if Keilor have done analysis on Bentleigh, some of these players would have been a surprise as to be in the lineup rather than the players they've had in the last 3 games, for example. So, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of mystery for Keilor. They probably came in preparing for all these superstars. Rachel Sturden was one of them. They had Candelella Ferreira Base. She was captain last week. She's also not playing tonight. I don't know why they're not featured for Bentleigh tonight, but Keilor were probably preparing for them to play, and they haven't rocked up. So that's going to create a little bit of havoc perhaps for Keilor. But we see them charging forward here on the left foot, across face. Ball remains in play. Cut back. That rain certainly coming down now. Glad to be undercover. Good to see a bit of a good turnout as well tonight. Fans braving this cold Melbourne weather. That winter weather starting to settle in. So Bentleigh Greens, they lost 5-1 last week to Avondale. Conceding goals has been their Achilles heel this season. They've really struggled in that part of the ground. They've conceded 36 goals in the first 7 games, Matthew. So that's going to be something we keep an eye on. That's a nice ball played in towards the box. Oh, a shot on the right foot. Travels wide of goal. But the 36 goals conceded from their first 7 games this season, Matthew, have you heard anything like that?
No, not really. That's averaging almost, 5 goals a game probably, somewhere close to that. I don't know if my math is correct. Someone can probably correct me on that. But, yeah, and the early signs here we're seeing that defensively Bentleigh Greens just need to improve. So,
yeah, certainly. So far they've held up all right. Last week against Avondale, they were 2-1 down at half-time, so they remained in the game, just conceded the 2 goals. Avondale, they're 6th on the table, so they were a good side. So they showed some promise there. Let's see, so far tonight they've started this one all right. Here's Power, works that one centrally. Summer now, plays it beautifully to the far right side. They played against Essendon Royals last week, Keilor Park, and they lost that one 3-2. They were without Abby Holmes, who's been their star player this year. She missed last week because of a red card. Bentleigh Greens now on the attack. Does that stay in? Might have just gone out. I think the linesman has put the flag up there, so a throw in for Keilor. Keilor has lost 4 of its past 5 games. So they've also had their struggles as we see the rain just pick up a bit. Isn't that right, Matthew?
Yeah, 4 of the 5 games isn't ideal for any team. So they'd be very eager to try and get back into the winners column today. And it just adds to the gravitas of the game, doesn't it? Bentleigh looking for their first win and Keilor looking to get back into the winners column and go home a very happy team. So,
and I've got another question for you, Matthew, but we'll just keep an eye on this play. Bentleigh Green's trying to charge forward. It's on the left side now. A couple of players in the box. How does this weather now? It's raining quite heavily. How does that change the game?
Well, it changes everything. You can't play normal football as you would because the ground's going to be wet. The ball's going to travel a hell of a lot more. So the players out there, their control of the ball, their first touch is going to be absolutely paramount because that'll determine whether they win the ball, they lose the ball, they gain control of the ball, and they do something for their team. But it's a really good excuse to commit a slide tackle because, I mean, you know, it's very slippery conditions out there today.
Oh, yeah, we might see a few. We'll keep an eye on that without a doubt. Bentleigh, it's fair to say, the wind's behind their backs, so they've got that advantage. Here they come now. Just goes out, though. It was the number 7 there, Clemenson. Ball just went past her. Very tricky conditions. The forecast was saying a bit of rain, probably not this much. So hopefully it dries up later as we see them charging forward here. Here's Georgopoulos. That ball's played in towards the right side. A chance now for Clemenson. Settling on it there is Keilor. They work it centrally. Dangerous ball. Falls in favour of Keilor. This is going to be a messy game. Well, that's my prediction. What do you think here, Matthew, as we see this rain really come down now? It's just going to be a messy game, isn't it, for the next 10 minutes at least?
Yeah, absolutely. The rain's coming down extremely heavy, as you so rightly put it. Like I said, the control of the ball is going to be key. Movement of the ball is going to be key, and it just depends on who can play the wet weather better, Bentleigh or Keilor. So
yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Oh, yeah. As we see Keilor now with the ball. That's a nice long ball. It might have been Runa playing that one forward. Under pressure in defence. So far, they handle it quite well. It's brutal conditions out there. I'm sure you're glad to be watching at home and not out here for the time being. It might calm down later, though, the rain. So make your way down for the second half. Sliding challenge there. The ball goes out for a corner. So Bentleigh Greens, perhaps this will help their defensive woes this season. Five of their seven losses this season have been by 4 goals or more. Just once they have lost by a goal. So this weather might help them defensively tonight, Bentleigh.
yeah, it may help them defensively. However, you're not going to score goals by just defending all night. You have to get the ball into your attacking third to put those opportunities away. So, in my opinion, Bentleigh, tonight, the weather might help them, as you so rightly put, but also it's just depending, can they put goals on the scoreboard at the other end of the field?
Yeah, certainly. They're going to have to show some attacking spark, and perhaps a bit of that there, just unable to get a hold of that ball. It was as they charge forward, but it's offside. It was Sophia Cuba playing up front for Bentleigh there on the ball. Bentleigh Greens with more experience at this level of football out of the two sides. So hopefully they can use that experience for their sake and register their first few points of the season. Yet to get on the scoreboard on that front, as we see a heavy contested challenge in the middle of the park. Play continues, however. Bit of time and space now. That ball's played wide. It controls it superbly on the right foot. Dangerous ball in. No one in the box, though, for Keilor. Greens had their worst finish in NPL history last year, finishing second last. They finished 10th in 2024, the year before. So for them, hoping just to perhaps improve on their last few recent seasons where they've had a few struggles. Here's Mia Power, keeps that one in. Looks for a teammate centrally. Inglis now. Scored last week. It's a nice long ball played down the line. That's going to remain in. Ball into the box. And does well. Samuel there, starting tonight in goals for Bentleigh. We just saw Samil there with the long kick. Do you think that's the right play, just going long every time from the goalkeepers?
Well, it really depends on how confident the keeper is in their defence. If they're confident the defenders can play the short and get the ball out, that's fine. But in wet conditions, it is plausible to go long because you'd rather lose it. Statistically, you'd rather lose it in the middle or attacking third than in the defensive third. Because in the defensive third, you lose the ball, then it's just gifting the opposition an opportunity. I mean, mixing it up will probably benefit as well because keeping the opposition guessing will, definitely help both keepers.
Bentleigh now trying to get the ball out of defence. Win behind their back. So 15 minutes into this one, scores 0-0. Hope you're enjoying the action here in the Senol NPL Victoria Women's Competition. That ball's played in towards the box. First touch was off a Keilor player, but they managed to clear it away. And that's a nice ball. Finds the feet of her teammate. Bentleigh Green's charging forward. Paige is on the right side here. Will she get it? Just doesn't have enough legs on it. She's streaming forward, Paige Clemenson for Bentleigh Greens. And now it's Keilor's turn. It's a lovely ball. It gets out the back. How does this one pan out? It's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Keilor Park lead early in this one away from home. A beautiful finish into the bottom right corner. And in these wet and slippery conditions, those skills were absolutely highest class. Beautiful work from Keilor. 1-0.
Yeah, exactly right. She managed to cleverly get behind the defence without being offside and 1-on-1 with the keeper. Ideally, you'd back the striker to score any day, but I mean, sometimes for a keeper, I can imagine it's very hard on 1v1s, but 1-0 to Keilor. Hopefully, Bentleigh can only improve their defensive efforts from now on.
So Abby Holmes scoring there early in this one. It's her fourth goal of the season. The 34-year-old absolutely starring. It's her first game back after the red card 2 weeks ago it was. She missed last week and she's back and firing in her first game. A player down behind play at the moment for Bentleigh, but play continues. Abby Holmes played for Durham in the WSL in England. Player of great pedigree. Plays Clemenson. Got an option down the line. Finds her teammate there, but that is a beautiful sliding tackle from Amelia Inglis. It's a nice play, wasn't that one, Matthew?
Yeah, Keilor, don't know what they're doing defensively, but Bentleigh Greens are working it really well. They just need to keep the opposition guessing, but still, it's positive signs. So, yeah, with a Bentleigh throw, we'll see what unfolds.
Amelia Inglis there, just showing her perhaps a bit of extra determination compared to Bentleigh Green's teammate there. As we see a turnover, a shot. Oh, Byrne with a nice little chest mark there. Had to work for it. Too much on that ball. Couldn't find mere power. Amelia Inglis. Taking the throw in here is Honduras. They missed Abby Holmes last week. They did well, Keilor, to score twice without her. And then getting their striker back tonight, and they get their first big opportunity and they take it. As we see Bentleigh now try and equalise. Here's Angeliki Honduras with a beautiful ball centrally. Tolios there. Here she is with the shot. Just a bit wide. How did Keilor respond now after getting the 1-0 lead, Matthew?
Well, 1-0 is a very dangerous scoreline. They can't get complacent now because even 2-0, another goal here, it's still a dangerous scoreline. They just have to be vigilant at the back, and for Bentleigh to get that goal back, they just sort of have to keep playing the way they're playing, and hopefully they get to score one.
Well, there's a strong challenge there. No card so far. Bentleigh have had their moments going forward. Is the breeze a factor today, Matthew?
It can play a factor in an opposition, in a team's attack. However, that's to decipher whether they decide to either play the ball on the ground or in the air. Ball's in the air, it's obviously going to catch the wind, and the wind's going to carry it. So Bentleigh in the air probably may not be the best course of action. However, along the ground, I reckon will suit them better given the wind conditions and the wet conditions. So,
well, we see Bentleigh now with some strong forward movement. Another ball there. Maggie Burns probably going to grab that one, and she does. But, some promising play there as we see the rain come in sideways here, sprayed straight into my face. That would have been good a few months ago in the middle of summer. Anyway, play continues. Here's Abby Holmes, the goal scorer. Wearing the captain's armband tonight. I believe he's Stojewski there. Abby Holmes being pulled. Appeals for a free kick and she wins it. So important here. Ruby Samold in goals for Bentleigh. This is one that might just hold up in the breeze and fall short of her. So with some Keilor players coming at her, the Bentleigh goalkeeper will be important in this set piece. Just two on the wall. That's a shot. It's on target. Oh, she's diving to her right there with Samold. Had to work for it. A chance now. Keilor Park. Pulled. Penalty given. Pulled inside the box. It was there. And referee Lucas Bonica blows the whistle, Matthew. Yes or no? Penalty?
not from where I was standing. It didn't look like a penalty. However, the referee's far closer than we are at the moment, so he would have seen something different. But, yeah, just very unfortunate. We'll see if Keilor capitalises on this penalty. So,
well, it's Abby Holmes that's going to take it. She's already scored tonight. Can she make it another one? Oh, the ball's blown off the penalty spot. We'll just wait a couple of extra seconds for this penalty to make it 2-0. It's saved! Sunderland with an absolute beauty. Brought into the starting lineup tonight, and she has delivered. What a save, diving to her left.
absolutely amazing save. You'd back the penalty taker to take that any of the day. In fact, almost 80% of penalties are consistently scored. But to save that, wow, what an amazing effort from an amazing keeper.
Well, Matthew, providing the best stats in the business tonight. It's a pleasure to have you in the commentary box. Bentleigh Greens now, that's going to give him a bit of spark. A beautiful penalty save from their starter tonight. She didn't play last week, but tonight she's in. Ruby Samild, beautiful save, penalty save it was. Well, it's game on here. Just the 1-0 lead for Keilor. She had a tough week last week in goals. Deanne Botalico, and unfortunately for her, dropped from the team, but Ruby Samil gets her opportunity and takes it. Matthew, a great performance so far from Samil there.
Yeah, I'm still speechless at that penalty save, to be fair. But in terms of the change of keeper, it's look, that's part and parcel of professional football at this level, even semi-professional football. If you don't perform, then there's that opportunity, there's that chance that you may not get to play the next game. So it's impertinent that whatever game, if there's anyone watching that currently plays, do your best in every single game, because especially at this level, it's, dare I say, very cutthroat, to say the least. to say the least.
Yeah, no, it is. Selection, even at the junior level, even if you're playing locally, sometimes selection can be brutal. So it's all just part of the parcel. So you see not only rain this evening at Kingston Heath, but plenty of wind as well. Set piece for Keilor. It's a beautiful ball tracking towards the back post. Headed, but it just goes over the top and it might fly out here. It does. It stays in for now. It's Abby Holmes with a beautiful ball, back post. Oh, tapped back but just goes out. So they might go the long option here. Ruby Samil taking no chances. Having a top night so far in goals. Keilor win the ball back. Here's Lena. She had a busy and good game last week against Essendon. 13 Inglis. That ball flies out. It's a wet and windy one here at Kingston Heath. Keilor's first and only win of the season came in their 5th game this season, and that was against Melbourne Victory. It was a 2-1 win at the home of the Matildas on March 15. So it's almost been a month since they last won, Keilor. So a big and important night for them, isn't it, for them to secure the result?
Absolutely massive, such as for both teams. I mean, like I said earlier, Bentleigh Greens are looking to get their first win and Keilor looking to get back into the winners column. But after that penalty save, it's certainly sprung a lot of life back into Bentleigh Greens, and let's see if they make the most of it. But so far, Keilor have been mostly in control, so we'll wait to see how that unfolds.
Burn to Inglis. Just a little bit too much on that one for power. So Greens in this competition, they're on an 8-game losing streak. That includes the last game last season. They lost that one, and they've opened this season with 7 straight losses. Can they claw a point tonight just to lift the spirits? It might be offside, but Abby Holmes is on it. One touch on her left, one on her right, one back on her left. Oh, just misses. It's offside now. Flag goes up. Some brilliant play there. A beautiful ball from Kennedy Layden. It was at central right back for Keilor. Samild out of goals. That ball's kept in. Does really well. Yuka Sato there. What can they make of it? Tolios on the ball. Plays it on her left foot there, but just flies out. Bit of space now for Inglis. It's offside flag goes up. How are you seeing this one so far, Matthew?
Well, as soon as Keilor went up, it's sort of been very 50-50. I'm sure you'd agree, and many of the viewers at home would agree. I think it's just about winning the midfield contest. You win the midfield contest, right? You win the ball and you get the ball forward. You got as much chance of scoring than obviously the other team. So I think that'll be key for both teams, winning the midfield and getting the ball into their attacking half, which has been equal so far. But you know, ideally that can make or break any team, because they can have a lot of chances but miss a lot of goals. And yeah, free kick to Bentleigh Greens just on the edge of the box.
Well, here's a chance for Bentleigh. Rachel Sturden was the one that scored last week in their 5-1 loss. As we just see, I believe it may be Paige Clemenson just getting some attention on the ground there. Slowly getting up to her feet and limping away. But yeah, Rachel Sturden, she was the one that scored last week in the 44th minute. But she's not in the side this week. Candela Ferreira-Bass is also missing, and Diana Botalico is out as well. They've made a few changes, Bentleigh. Olivia Wallacott coming to the bench as well. But here's Georgia Poulos to take this free kick. More than 100 games in this competition. Maggie Byrne, it's frantic at the moment, but it gets cleared away. Felicity Georgopoulos, the dangerous ball, and Maggie Byrne was in a bit of trouble there. Abby Holmes now charging forward for Keilor. Mia Power, first time ball in, cleared away. Paige Clemenson chasing from behind. Lena with the ball to the right side. How do they go about this one, Keilor? It's worked in across face. Some dangerous and promising moves from Keilor. Isn't it right, Matthew?
Absolutely. They're trying to exploit that back post. You can see a lot of the crosses heading towards the back post, which we can see Bentleigh Greens are lacking depth, lacking players, and that is hurt, and has hurt a lot of teams across all levels this season. I mean, the front post is fine, but the back post, if you don't cover it, a goal can easily sneak in. So Bentleigh's just got to be very, very careful of that. But credit to Keilor for exploiting that. So, you know, it's the same with Keilor. We're seeing not many players at the back post. Potentially an area to exploit for Bentleigh Greens in this game. But we'll soon find out whether they do that or not.
Well, here's Inglis. She can charge forward. She did it a few times last week. She's right up from centre back, pushing up to the left wing. Just a little bit too much on that one. It was Angelica Honduras trying to reach out for it, the number 16 for Bentleigh Greens. More than 50 games in this competition. Mia Power with the throw in. Here's Holmes. So Bentleigh Greens trying to just work it out when they go forward. at the moment, Bentleigh, they started well, didn't they? But just the last 10 or 15 minutes, they haven't been able to have that polish. But they did have a nice little opportunity there. But outside of that, they've struggled a little bit going forward. Isn't that right, Matthew?
Yeah, and that's probably been the cause for the this season so far. If you cannot get forward, if you cannot get in behind and have shots on target, you're just not going to win games. And Bentleigh Greens have gone forward a few times. It's just that link between the middle and the attacking third for them that's really letting them down. If they can get that right, then there's plenty of goals in it for Bentleigh tonight. But just getting that final ball into the attacking third to get a shot on target, because ultimately goals is how you win games. So.
Holmes, the 34-year-old, showing her experience there. Mia Power with the throw-in. Goes out. Off Paige Clemenson. Paige Clemenson from the UK, born over there. Got Yuka Soto. She was also born overseas in Japan. So good to see some internationals coming down to Bentleigh Greens to play for them this season. Headed away. Third throw in a very short space of time here for Keilor. Here's Lena. Does a nice job there. Samuels has to work for it. Never easy in these conditions. So Samuels with a big boot forward. She's been impressive tonight. Came into the starting lineup. Penalty save if you missed it earlier. It was I was going to say, the Masters is on as we see an offside here. But Ruby Samil's save, I was going to say, it's like a hole-in-one in golf. The Masters is on at the moment. But I wouldn't quite say a hole-in-one. Probably an eagle, I'd say. Would you, Matthew, how would you describe her save for those that missed it at home?
Yeah, it's... How would I describe it? She just guessed the right way to where the penalty taker was going to go, and there's actually a secret behind it as well. And Adrian, as you all know, the ex-West Ham keeper, he exploited it very well. He was one of the best penalty stoppers. He looked at where the plant foot was on the penalty taker. So whichever way the plant foot was is ideally where the ball was going to go, and 80% of the time he did save him. So I don't know whether she did that or not. Obviously, Premier League and NPL very, very different competitions, very different competition levels, but she guessed right and is keeping Bentleigh in it so far. So still 1-0, but we'll just see what happens.
Just a little moment there. Bit of a break in play. One of the players down for Keilor, but we're back underway. I was wondering for a second there, they're all coming in for a little meeting in the middle of the first half. Anyway, play continues. Under pressure here. Does well, though, Leiden. Out on the far side. A couple of fans out there, which is good to see. Trying to get out of this situation. Tolios loses it. Here's Abby Holmes, the goal scorer. Works it forward. It's a scramble. Does well there. It's booted out of play. Still raining. It's pretty much been raining from kickoff to now. The last 40 minutes. Ground's received plenty of downpour of rain. Can they make it 2-0, Keilor? They've dominated possession in the last 15 minutes. A slip, and it goes out. It's going to be a Bentleigh ball. A word to the referee now. A word to the Bentleigh coach, Steve Cremidas, at the moment, from referee Lucas Bernica. So just a little bit going on there at the Bentleigh bench. Perhaps a stern warning, and we'll get things back underway. So, Matthew, can you just talk to us, if you know what's going on at the moment, just talk us through it.
With what's going on at the moment, it looks like it's possibly going to be a drop ball. So Keilor will have to play it back to Bentleigh, I believe, or not, actually. Usually I didn't know what that was, but yeah. But yeah, so Keilor's got possession, but Bentleigh have so far defended it pretty well.
Yeah, just an interesting situation there as we saw the referee go to the bench. But Keilor now charging forward, shouts for an offside, but collecting it is Ruby Samild. Cold conditions, it's fair to say, here at Kingston Heath tonight. Amelia Inglis works it out to Lena on the left side. Paige Clemenson working hard. Oh, big challenge. It's going to be a yellow card, Matthew. Is that valid?
Yeah. What the referee looks for there is if the offending player has eyes for the ball. So if the player is looking at the ball and she plays into him, then it's obviously not a card. It will still be a free kick, but not a card. But in that instance, perhaps she probably didn't look at the ball and looked at the player, which to the referee's mind might have given said that, you know, because she wasn't looking at the ball, probably why that happened. But whether it's a yellow card or not, I mean, I'm not a referee myself, so the referee's probably got the decision right. But yeah, I wouldn't be the best person to decide whether it was or wasn't. So plus, I don't want to get in trouble by the FA. So.
No, we don't want that. It's the last thing we want. We want to keep you in the commentary box for as long as possible. As we see Bentleigh Greens now looking to charge forward. Good description though there. You're right about the defender kick. Are they going for the ball or player? You want to see them going for the ball. So it was a nice heavy challenge though. You can see the players are really wanting to produce tonight and perhaps get a result for their team, without a doubt. So a few minutes to go now before half time. See if we can get something special happening here before the break. Layden works it forward. A couple of players streaming. Ball played in towards Abby Holmes. Offside flag goes up. Matthew, would Keilor be satisfied with a 1-0 scoreline at halftime?
Given the chances they've had, probably not really. But, I mean, given the conditions, the coach may have a different idea in mind. Still a 1-0 lead, still winning, still got the upper hand. But, again, still a very dangerous lead, and almost teams that get complacent at 1-0 I would guess that 50, 60, 70% of the time they end up losing the game. So it's just important for Keilor to not get complacent, and if they do, for Bentleigh Greens to probably catch them being complacent and then capitalising on it. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, certainly. Keilor perhaps could have scored maybe 2 goals. They've had a fair few chances, but they'll take the 1-0 lead. Inglis going forward. She might have another crack at it here. But Paige Clemenson is working hard. Does really well there, Inglis. She's going to get another crack at it. No, she won't. Not long to go here. Mia Power on the ball. She's got Lena right in front of her. She goes for the longer option. One last shot at it. Ball's thrown into a dangerous area. Power with a header. We're going to get a repeat. A third throw in here. How do they go about it this time? Lena on the ball. Shouts for a free kick, not given. That ball's a very dangerous one, and Bentleigh now. Can they make it 1-1? Not long to go in this first half. That ball's played a little bit too far down the line, and it's going to be a turnover. Abby Holmes, she's on here. That ball just skids on a little bit. She's got Lena in the box. Lena uses her body, her strength. Plays it back. That ball just flies a little bit too far, but a chance. They're just hanging on here, Bentleigh Greens. A clearance. They finally get it out of their part of the ground, and now they're streaming forward. The number 17, Tolios now. Works it in. Here's Sato. Sato works that. It's a heavy ball, but very well controlled there. Paige Clemenson. She's going to whip it in. That's going to be a corner. Good result for Bentleigh.
Yeah, they're working the ball up the field, and their attacking intent has rewarded them with a corner. Haven't seen too many corners this year so far, but yeah, hopefully Bentleigh can capitalise on this, and if they do, it'll be, I think they'll be the happy of the two sides at half-time.
Oh, without a doubt. I think, Keilor have had a run of play in this first half. Bentleigh struggled to defend corners last game. They conceded 2 goals from corners. Can they use corners to their advantage this week? Dangerous ball into the box. It's going to get cleared away. Good work there from Keilor. Closing stages of this first half. Keilor ball. And that's the halftime whistle. It's 1-0 Keilor Park in this one. It's been an entertaining, wet and slippery contest so far. Matthew, what did you make of that first half?
Yeah, it was a bit of a 50-50 all around, wasn't it? Keilor attacked, Bentleigh attacked, especially towards the end of the half. Bentleigh just continuously attacked, and it rewarded them with a corner. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalise on it. However, they can be glad that it's only 1-0. With the penalty, it could have been 2-0, and with Keilor's countless other attacks, could have been 3-0, 4-0, but they've held firm, they've held steady, and they can be somewhat pleased going in at half-time, and now they're going against the wind. Hopefully that they can turn it around the second half.
They're the words of football analyst Matthew Fazio. Matthew, thanks for your thoughts and views so far in this one. It's Keilor Park leading 1-0 at half-time. We'll see you for the second half.
couldn't even do that one.
Back in action here at Kingston Heath. Keilor leading 1-0. Abby Holmes scoring in the 15th minute to put Keilor 1-0 up. And then it was a penalty save as well from Bentleigh that has kept the score at 1-0. Isn't that right, Matthew?
Yeah, absolutely. Surely the second half can only get better for both teams, as Bentleigh have the throw-in, and it's another Bentleigh throw-in. Good thing here is that they've got it down the line, so the closer they get, the more dangerous they're going to be. And a lot of clubs these days, particularly at the professional level, they'll aim to do that. So Bentleigh still got the ball, cross in, misses. Keilor get chance of the ball, and here they come. Number 24's got the ball. I don't have the list in front of me, list of players in front of me, sorry. Nice through ball to the oncoming midfielder. Dribbles in, nice interception by the Bentleigh defence, but the midfielder comes in, crosses, and that's a wayward cross. Absolutely wayward cross. Goal kick to Bentleigh Greens.
Good thing about this second half is the rain's disappeared, so conditions might dry up slightly. It'll still be wet and slippery, I'm sure. But thanks for tuning in wherever you're watching from. Max Atoglu and Matthew Fazio, your commentators for this one. Oh, does super well there. Works it down the line. That's the number 15 there for Keilor. Heavy challenges, left, right and centre here. Abby Holmes trying to get onto that one for Keilor. Just a little bit too much on it. So we see Olivia De La Plaza Sanchez coming on for Keilor, the number 15. Nice work, nice body work there from Olivia Wallacott. She's also been subbed into the contest, so a number of changes being swung from both teams. Oh, she's so slick, isn't she? Yuka Sato. Here's Tolios. More than 50 games in this competition from Tolios. It's the number 4, Souza. Back to Tolios. They work it all the way back. It's a hot ball at the moment. Here's Souza. One touch on her left. Oh, the offside flag's up, however. Well, I'll tell you what. We both go down there, Matthew, at half time. It's buzzing in there. The canteens flock. On my way out, they were selling Suvas. I couldn't believe it. So I went and bought one. It might have been a last-minute Suva. I've bought it a little bit too late because I've been scrambling to get up to the commentary box. But there's plenty going on, isn't there, down there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's it just shows the power that football has to bring people together, and it's absolutely buzzing down here. And yeah, everyone's having a good time from what I've seen. But yeah.
Well, here's a ball into the box. Oh, it's saved brilliantly there by the Keilor defence. It was Georgia Giuliani, the 18-year-old, playing that ball into the penalty spot for Bentleigh. Showing her poise at the young age of 18, so brilliant stuff there. Abby Holmes asking her players to lift. That's Abby Holmes playing for Keilor Park. Here's Sato. Summer on the ball. Right back for Keilor Park. Abby Holmes, 34 years old, showing her experience. That ball's going to go out, and it's going to be a Bentleigh ball. Foul called there. Good start for Bentleigh, Matthew.
Yeah, certainly encouraging. Obviously, they're trying to still get into that front third, but don't know how Keilor is withstanding it at the moment. But really positive signs for Bentleigh. Can only get better from here.
Here's Souza on the ball. Plays it nicely. A lot on that, and it's actually turned over. It's chipped over. What a finish. What a goal. Keilor lead 2-0. Some poor defence there from Bentleigh. And Keilor Park capitalise. 2-0.
Yeah, was a really good goal. Keilor applied the pressure. Bentleigh couldn't really get the ball out. I played defender numerous times when I played, and not at this level, but at community level, and I made similar mistakes more than once. So, but I'm sure, but she's a resilient player that she'll start lifting her team again, and no doubt make this a far more intriguing contest than what it is now. Still a dangerous scoreline, 2-0, so still anything can happen.
Well, there we have it. Let's see how both teams respond to that goal. Ruby, she collects that. She's already made one penalty save tonight. They charge forward now. Holmes trying to work it forward. It's the number 7 there, Paige Clemenson. Can they make it a 30 kilo time and space here for Leiden? It's a ball played in towards the back post. Oh, a nice volley. Powerful, but blocked. So a bit of pressure on Bentleigh Greens here. And we believe it was Marguerite Lena with the goal there for Keilor Park to put them 2-0 up. That ball is just going to go straight into the hands of Byrne, the goalkeeper for Keilor Park. Nice stop in defence, but it goes straight into the feet of a Keilor player. Abby Holmes just unable to keep it in. We're going to see a substitute here. The number 4 coming off, and coming on is, I believe, Medina Ali, the number 20. So Christina Souza coming off. Bentleigh throwing. Here's Tolios. Ball turned over. Georgia Poulos works it out to the right side. Sodstevski. Does she win the corner? No. How did Bentleigh have to respond to going 2-0 down here?
Well, all it takes is one goal to bring them back in it. And then it's really, really game on, which is why, like I said numerous times today, I think 2-0 is still a very dangerous scoreline. Keilor need to be very wary, because once it gets to 2-1, it gives the opposition an absolute sniff at a draw or even a victory. And being 2-0 up to get a draw at the end of the game, if it happens, wouldn't be ideal for Keilor, but still, we'll see what happens now with a Bentleigh free kick.
Football analyst Matthew Fazier there on fire with the special comments tonight. So Bentleigh now with the set piece. No one on the box so far for Keilor Park. Eventually, I believe it's Abby Holmes who gets there. She's going to be defending. That ball flies in, but just misses to the left of the goals. You're right. If Bentleigh get one here, all of a sudden, it just changes the game, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We've seen numerous times that even 2-1 is still, like, it gives teams a sniff of actually, the confidence that they can actually win this. And as Bentleigh go forward, they lose possession, but Bentleigh's got the ball back now. Back to you, Max.
Yeah, we see their play heating up here. Bentleigh just applying some good pressure up the ground. That's what they need to do. They're 2-0 down. They got nothing to lose, really. No foul called there. Play continues. Georgia Gugliani, the 18-year-old, with a throw in here. Nice one down the line. That's going to be a throw in for Bentleigh. Nice work there from the 28. That's Acacia Normington, the number 28 for Bentleigh. She's come on, I should say, off the bench for Bentleigh. So they've made a number of changes, Bentleigh. Keilor just need to really hang on here. They've got a lot to play for, a result tonight. We know Keilor, they were the VPLW runners-up in 2025. And they were the Victorian State League Division 1 Northwest runners-up in 2023, so they've had plenty of success the last few years. Matthew, isn't that a good run for Keilor Park?
Yeah, it is. It's it's absolutely amazing run. Getting into the NPL, was actually a really good achievement for them. Obviously, one of the teams couldn't field a team that year in the NPL, so they came up. But they've proven that they're not just a VPL team; they're also an NPL team, and they're standing their own. And as we've seen, they've got 5 points from the first 7 games. So, yeah, even Bentleigh, second last year, and even they're still showing their resolve with the confidence of hopefully staying up in this competition this season.
Certainly. Well, Keilor Park, they have started well, and tonight's a big game for them. That shot's on target, but a nice save there from Ruby Samild. Nice play from Bentleigh, but they just turn it over at the last second there. Trying her best there is Georgia Poulos. More than 100 games in this competition. Here's Layden, born in the US. Plays it long towards Holmes. Tripped over. A foul's called. Fair call there.
I think it might have just been an accident. I don't think there was real malicious intent there to bring her down. It's certainly a dangerous position for Keilor because they're in goal scoring distance, and Bentleigh cannot afford to concede a third one. However, they've been defensively pretty good this tonight. So, and the last free kick that Keilor took, we knew that it was scrambled off the line, but still defended. It doesn't matter how you defend a goal, you defend it as long as it doesn't go in, the team have done their job. But we'll certainly see what happens here. But yeah, I don't think there's any malicious intent from them, and rightfully so, the referee kept his cards in his pocket.
Well, they get an opportunity here, Keilor Park, and it's Runa Commodori who's going to line up here for the free kick. She scored last week with a long-range attempt outside the box. It was an absolute cracking goal. And she almost nailed the free kick last week as well. That ball's played a little bit lower down. Here's Lena now coming from the right side. That ball's headed in towards a penalty spot. Ruby Samil there to collect the ball. Nice work from Bentleigh. Can they make the most of it now? Coming down the right side. Options down the left side. Options down the line. Turned over. Brilliant work from Keilor Park. They win the throw-in. Their turn to charge forward. Ruby Samil put under pressure. Abby Holmes charging in. It's a hot football at the moment. How do they go about this one, Keilor? They elect to go down the line. They could be on here. Offside flag up. Open play there, wasn't it, Matthew?
Yeah, very attacking play from Keilor. I think Bentleigh are just happy to see the linesman's flag, but still showing a lot of resolve. And we can see that Keilor are just trying to overload that defensive line, and perhaps maybe Bentleigh adding in an extra player at the back there may help, but that's why they're down. The coaches are down there and I'm up here, so their judgment's better than mine. But yeah, so still defensively sound and still 2-0 here at Kingston Heath.
We just see a play down at the moment for Bentleigh, and we'll just track who it is. We believe it might be Kate Bennett that's just down at the moment. Doesn't look to be in too much danger, but just receiving a bit of attention at the moment. Perhaps a little bit of cramping here. So we're just seeing both teams come together now. What will Keilor be talking about? They're playing away from home. What do you think they're saying right now?
I would think they're saying just to keep, just to remain astute in defence, to not let Bentleigh get a sniff at a win or even a draw. They're in a precarious position now, Keilor. But yeah, basically just keep doing what they're doing and not conceding. That's probably their. I mean, in Bentleigh's one, it's sort of, I reckon it'll just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing until they get that goal that drives them back into it. Bentleigh's got a lot of leaders in that team, and no doubt that they'll get them up and running for the rest of the second half.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Matthew Fazio, providing great insights there. Both teams just getting together in huddles to have a chat. Let's see what happens out of them. Keilor Park now with an opportunity to go forward. That ball's coming across towards the club outside of the ground. One touch, two touches, and it goes out. It's Georgia Gugliani, the 18-year-old. Sheehan with the throw in there. To Leiden to Inglis charging. Can they make it 3 goals? They scored 2 last week, Keilor Park. That's offside. Flag goes up. Considering that Bentleigh have conceded 36 goals this season, do you think they will also be concentrating on that defence as well? Even though the win and the prospect of a draw is there to score 2 goals, as we just hang on and see what happens in this play. It's Abby Holmes on the ball. Working it to the left side. Remains in play. On her right foot now, shot. Forces a decent save there from Ruby Samild. But considering that goals, they've conceded 36, the most by far in the competition. Is that defence still going to be a focus, even though they can just go handbrake down and try and get a draw?
Yeah, I think the best for I think what Bentleigh are focusing on now is just trying to get that first goal for them. Defensively, they are focusing on it. They're keeping Keilor out pretty well because so many opportunities they've had and so many times that Keilor could have scored, but the defence stayed strong. I can't give much of an answer on that, unfortunately, but they'll definitely work on. They've definitely been working on their defensive thing. Obviously, with the 36 goals that they are down, but or 36 goals that they've conceded. But yeah, so that'll come with time, and then as this season goes, hopefully that defense will get stronger and stronger and stronger and more formidable to deal with.
Yeah, certainly, and they've been pretty strong tonight. Just conceding 2 goals so far. An improvement off the 5 goals they conceded last week. And they have been better defensively, even though Keilor Park have managed to get through a couple of times. Can they get through this time? Dangerous ball in towards the back post. Goes out for a throw in. Going to see another change here. Coming off is number 23 for Keilor Park. And coming on. Bit of fresh legs. They've got a number of players on the bench tonight. Annika Gallagher, Abby Connolly, the number 7. Jacqueline Broadfoot as well. Sophia Marinos. Caitlin Tommel as well, wearing the number 99. I'm sure they'll use most of their bench as they look to try and get away with a decent result here tonight. Inglis on the right foot, plays it towards the left side of the pitch. That rain has disappeared. It was wet and slippery in the first half. Oh, chance now. Runa Commodori plays it to the right side, a shot. Beautiful save, Ruby Samild again. She delivers again. She saved the penalty in the first half, and here she is standing tall once again. Matthew.
Yeah, that was a very, very good save from the keeper. Diving down is obviously not the most comfortable for any keeper. Wouldn't have been the most comfortable save. However, she saved it to keep her team to keep Bentleigh in the contest. And even though it's a corner, that'll give their defence great confidence that they've got a good keeper in goals.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ruby, she's really stood up tonight as we see an opportunity with the cross. Ali does well, clears it away. Hello, a chance for Bentleigh, the home team. It's a race. Who gets there first? It's Keilor. Brilliant work there from Jessica Sheehan. She's going to have to work once again. Jessica Sheen kicks it forward. Georgia Poulos. That's a dangerous ball towards Ali. Ali plays it to the right side. A chance for Bentleigh. What a beautiful goal. It's a curler. And Bentleigh are back in this one. Brilliant work. Paige Clemenson, I believe it was, coming all the way from right back, pushing up. And what a clean finish from the English footballer. Beautiful work, wasn't it, Matthew?
Outstanding goal. to get it into the top corner, opposite corner, is no easy feat for any footballer, either at semi or pro professional level. And that goal, as a result, has put Bentleigh right back into the contest. They've definitely got a sniff now, and they're definitely in the contest. How Keilor will respond, we'll find out. But amazing from Bentleigh, 2-1 here at Kingston Heath.
Tell you what, Matthew, it's an absolute pleasure watching the Senol NPL Victoria women's competition. Stunning night of football Friday night. Wouldn't want to be watching anything else. This is absolute perfection on show. What a finish there from Paige Clemenson. Down the right side, pushing up. Born in England. Tell you what, as an Australian, I wish she was born here. It's an absolute superstar. Olivia Wallacott as well, born in the UK, playing for Bentleigh tonight as well. Shouts for a penalty in the box. There's complaints from the Bentleigh Greens bench. Bentleigh Greens, you can tell, they won a result here tonight. They haven't had a point so far this season. They've played 7 games, 7 losses. If you include the last game last year, they've lost 8 in a row in this competition. They've been starved of a win for a very long time. If they can get one back, it'll be an equaliser. One more and they're going to win at home. Keilor Park, you can just hear they're shivering a little bit. And Kennedy Leedon, one of their leaders, is just telling him to just calm down, we're fine. We see them now trying to go forward. Sanchez pushing for Keilor. That's a lovely touch there from Yuka Sato. Here's Tolios, one of their star players, Bentleigh Greens. You can just feel the energy in their team. That's a big ball when the 18-year-old stands up. Ruby Samil just plays it out. But that's good composure, wasn't it, from Georgia Guliani, the 18-year-old. Wearing the number 18 for Bentleigh Greens. Nice work as we see the throw in here from Jessica Sheaton. She scored in pre-season, Jessica Sheaton. Okay, some skills there. Beautiful work from Keilor as we see. Here's the goal scorer, Paige. Charging, it's a foot race. Who wins it? It's 2v1. And Paige does super well. Bentleigh Greens throw in. Things heating up here at Kingston Heath. The temperature's going down, but it's heating up though. It's heating up. That ball's played out to right back. Sheehan plays it all the way back to Byrne. It's going to be. Maggie Byrne hasn't had to do too much tonight. But one got past her. It was a beautiful finish from Paige Clemenson not that long ago. Senol NPL Victoria Women's Game delivering here. Entertainment. Guliani plays it centrally. Here's Stodzewski. Ali there in the middle of the park. Keilor now on the ball. Keilor trying to hold on here for their second win of the season. Can they do it? Here's Leedon. Unable to get it that far down. Sato. To the 28. They're trying their best here. Here she is, Normington, the 28. To Tolios. Tolios, nice ball in. Under pressure here, Sheehan delivers. Guliani doing exceptionally well. The 18-year-old on the ball right now. Plays it centrally. Guliani again. 2 players in the box. Goes to Ali. Keilor now. How do they respond? Played back. Here's Summer. Whistle blown for a foul. How do you see this last stages of this game playing out, Matthew?
It's definitely going to be an absolute battle for both teams. Both teams are going to really, really want that next goal, because that next goal will decide whether Keilor will go on and win it, or whether Bentleigh will draw a level and definitely give themselves an absolute opportunity at possibly winning this game. And a stray of execution for Bentleigh, as it was called offside. So, yeah, let's see what they make of this from this offside foul.
Well, I'll tell you what, that last-minute decision towards the end of half-time, I went to go buy Souvlaki. I think it's cold now, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to figure that one out after the game. But, yeah, exactly. It might be a little late-night meal tonight, the Suva. Well, yeah. Well, I think I'm going to be sitting back and putting on, there's other Senol NPL games on tonight. I'll be putting that Bentleigh Greens made Souvlaki in the microwave as we see shouts for a corner, but it's going to be a goal kick. The Bentleigh Greens bench wanted a corner there, but they don't get it. But that's Suva. I think I'm going to zap it up in the microwave, and I'll put on some Senol NPL tonight. I might watch a replay of this one, and then I think some other teams are playing tonight as well, so I'll pop it on that, and we'll be in for a good night. As we see Sheehan on the ball here, plays it back. Leadon, the American star. That might fly over, it does. That's Tommel, the number 99. Normington plays it down the line. Leadon now. Oh, a chance. Here's Lena, an experienced player. She's already scored tonight. That's a classy ball inboard. Nicely defended there from Bentleigh Greens. That ball's played down the line. They're doing a good job here. Ali's chasing from behind. It's offside. Interesting. Well, just talk to us about the weather, Matthew. It's cleared up, hasn't it?
It's cleared up, but it's instantly gotten a lot more colder. I don't know whether that was really offside. It didn't look like it to me, but if it was, the Lions got very, very much eagle eyes for the offside. But yeah, it's getting chillier by the minute. So, as much as this game's entertaining, sort of can't wait to get back indoors.
Yeah, well, you'll be right. We're going to see another 2 more goals, I think, and we'll be warmed up by then. Here we go now. Bentleigh Greens just trying to tick-a-tacker it forward. Doing a good job there is the number 12, Wallacott. Here's Normington playing it centrally. Keilor Park hanging on. Normington doesn't have to put a touch on that. This is a big goal. Goes the way of Keilor Park. Big throw in from Sheehan into the wind. That wind is swirly. It blows at different stages, and other stages it doesn't. Tommel in there with Lena. Commodore plays it down the line. Keilor Park, they're happy for the game to be slowed down here. They're leading 2-1. And come away with the result tonight. It'll be their second win of the season. They beat Melbourne Victory 2-1 less than a month ago. Nice touch there, but under pressure. Very brilliant work from Tolios. She puts a bit of pressure on that ball. Clemenson doesn't get to it, and she pulls up a little bit sore after that one. That right foot, maybe just a little bit of cramping, so that's good news. Hopefully she'll be okay. Just very ginger after that one. They were on there, weren't they, Matthew?
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really quick speed from that player to get to the ball first. I actually thought Bentleigh were going to be in on goal there, but Bentleigh are definitely improving. They're definitely getting into those channels. It's just about getting in there and just finishing it, really. So, but let's see how the defence stands after this free kick.
Well, we just saw a change there as well. That ball almost finds the feet of Lena. But Megan Elliott coming on there, and Paige Clemenson, who just went down with a bit of what looked to be cramping, she's come off. So a change for Bentleigh Green, keeping all their legs fresh. They're going to need some run as they try and come away here with their first point of the season. If you missed it at the start, Bentleigh Green's yet to win this season, yet to draw. They've started with 7 losses. 5 of their 7 losses this season have been by 4 goals or more. This is one of their better performances so far this season. As we see them try and turn over in a dangerous part of the ground. Keilor Park trying to work it through, and the whistle goes. Good decision there from Lucas Benicia. Thought that was worthy of a foul. So Keilor Park, what do they do here? Matthew, thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, Keilor are probably just going to slow down the game. Bentleigh just have to focus on not conceding this goal. So realistically, will it go in? It's here to say, but thoughts are that, yeah, Bentleigh've really got to focus now and, again, not getting that goal.
Balling towards the back post. He's open, but the offside flag is up. It's not going to count. Found the back net, but it's not to be. There's been plenty of offsides tonight, it must be said. It's felt like that offside flag has gone up a fair few times. Maggie Byrne to boot it long. That ball goes out. Keilor did start the season with 2 draws, and then after that, unfortunately for them, they've suffered 4 losses since then, but they've also had 1 victory as well. So let's see what they can taste tonight. Will it be victory? Bentleigh Greens trying to go forward, but Keilor just doing the defensive work there. Less than 10 minutes to go in this game. Keilor Park just hanging on here. Good turnout tonight here at Kingston Heath. Intensity of this game is going up a notch. A chance, Tobble to her right. Doesn't go there. Holds the ball up. Wins the foul. Keilor has the 3rd least goals scored this season with 6 behind Bentleigh. Bentleigh had 5 goals leading into this one. Keilor had 6. Now obviously that's changed since the start of this game. But both teams have struggled slightly on the offensive end, but good to see some goals tonight. Let's see if another one could be added here. That's a bullet towards the right side of the goal. Flies out for a goal kick. It's all brakes or not. It's all acceleration here for Bentleigh, isn't it? There's no need for brakes.
Yeah, it's pretty much just get the ball and go, 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 go. However, they've got to be very, very mindful that if they rush too much, it can cause everything into chaos. And last thing you want is to rush something and then make a wrong decision and then it goes against you. So speed is key, quickness is key, but they've just got to monitor it as best as possible. So
words there from Matthew Fazio, football analyst. Great to have his company tonight in the commentary box. Time ticking here. Bentleigh Greens looking for an equaliser. Maggie Byrne to collect this one. Hasn't had too much to do tonight, but certainly was challenged when Paige Clemenson put in a beautiful shot, which got Bentleigh their first goal in this game. Will they score again? Let's see. Here's Ali on the ball there. Keilor Park just doing the job at the minute. Bentleigh Greens unable to get their momentum going forward here. That ball's a long one. It might get held up here for Keilor Park. It's a scramble. Bentleigh Greens, no call for a penalty. It's going the way of Bentleigh. There was a Keilor play going down there, but Bentleigh with the ball here. Played long. Ruby going with the long ball towards Ali. A chance for players just to take a breath here. Not long to go. Ruby Samild made a nice penalty save in the first half. Keilor Park with some time here. Caitlin Tommel charging down for Keilor Park. Ruby Samild now. She's had a good game tonight. How does Layden handle this one? Goes all the way back to Maggie Byrne. Maggie Byrne boots it sky high. Runa Commodore. Here's Tommel. Throw in for Bentleigh. Bentleigh ball. Georgia Gugliardi to take the throw in. She's gonna, looks like she'll play the full 90 minutes tonight, the 18-year-old. Substitute now for Keilor Park. Is fatigue a factor here, Matthew?
Well, definitely be some tired legs out there for both teams, or for those that haven't been substituted. The ones that just came on might be a little bit more fresher, but fatigue is definitely one thing, because you get a team gets too jaded. They just can't run anymore. They can't do anything. They can't go the distance anymore, and then that's when the other team will just gain everything, or gain on top of it. But still, both teams are still showing some fight. A lot of them still got legs in them to carry out the last minute and a bit plus extra time. But yeah, definitely some tired legs out there at the moment.
Well, let's see if that has any effect in the closing stages of this game. Will we see one more goal? Bentleigh Greens looking to break an 8-game losing streak in this competition. It dates back to last season. Can they score here to find an equaliser and come away with the point? Runa Commodore doing a good job there in the corner for Keilor Park. That's going to be a Bentleigh throw-in. It is. Time ticking here, not long to go at all. Bit of composure there. Another throw in here for Bentleigh. Here's Tolios. Normington on the ball. It's going to be a Keilor Park throw in. Keilor Park trying to prepare another substitute here. Will we get time for that? At the moment, it looks like this will be thrown in. Haven't seen rain in the second half. We saw plenty of rain in the first half. Keilor Park trying to hold on here for their second win of the season. The VPLW runners-up from last year. Keilor Park doing a good job at the moment. Ruby Samild takes a touch, boots it long. Bentleigh Green's ball. Keilor now to make that substitute. Screams from the Keilor Park bench. 2 minutes left. Hang on. Can they do it? Keilor Park, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. That ball's played centrally. Bentleigh Greens will get it back. Booted long towards the box. Keilor Park at the moment look pretty strong. Can Bentleigh Greens create something? Shouts for a foul, not given. Play continues. Greens still have the ball. They hold on. That ball's played down the line. It's going to be a foot race. Keilor Park might get to this. They do. Going to go to the corner, run down the clock. Bentleigh Greens, though, win it back. They've got to be quick here. Hanging on nicely at the moment, Keilor Park. Is there one more twist in this one? Brilliant block there from Keilor Park, and they're pretty stoked about it. Temperature dropping here by the second. It's a cold night, but a beautiful night. Seen 3 goals so far. It's looking like it's going to be a second win of the season here for Keilor Park. Played to the right side. Ali in the box. Cleared it away. And there we have it, the full-time whistle. Keilor Park win away from home. 2-1 win. And they've delivered. Their second win of the season. 2 goals in the first half. Bentleigh Greens bounced back to make it 2-1. But it wasn't enough as Keilor were able to hold on. And for Bentleigh, they now start the season with 8 losses in a row. So unfortunate for them. But a good win away from home for Keilor Park. And Matthew Fazio, what do you make of that contest?
Well, like you said, the conditions are really getting a lot cooler, but it was heating up on the pitch. Both teams were really going to try and get that next goal. Keilor held out. Bentleigh, to their credit, put everything they could into that, especially the last couple of minutes. They just kept going forward, which says something about their attacking mentality. They're an attacking team, and a team that if you allow them an inch, they'll definitely take and score a goal or have an absolute opportunity at goal. So well done to Keilor for getting the points. It's as you said, second win of the season. Big game for them. Gives them confidence going into next week. And for Bentleigh, it's, there's some positives out from tonight, and just like there was from the previous match, and yeah, they can only keep rebuilding and keep building. A few young players out there tonight, so it's good for some of them to get that experience, to know what it's like to play in the NPL. And hopefully Bentleigh keeps, and I know that Bentleigh will keep giving opportunities to the players that deserve it to go on and get experience within this prestigious league. So that's all from me, really, Max. I've got nothing else to contribute there.
Fantastic, Matthew. It's been a pleasure to have your thoughts with us tonight. And for Bentleigh Greens, just one game this year leading into this one, they'd lost by a goal. So tonight, in a positive for them, this is the second time they've lost by a goal this season. So that's good news, because they've lost a lot of games this year by more than 3-4 goals. So that's the positive for them to take out of tonight. Ruby Samil, I thought, was brilliant with that penalty save. But brilliant work from Keilor Park away from home. It was Abby Holmes scoring, and then Marguerite Lena making it 2-0 before they bounced back, Bentleigh Greens, and put in a score through Paige Clemenson. But in the end, it's Keilor Park coming away 2-1 victors. From me, Max Itoglu, thanks for tuning in into this Senol NPL Victoria Women's Contest, and I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. And Matthew, thanks for your company. We'll see you next time.